Y'all, what's up? It's your boy Nitro Hotfire here. Welcome back to Nerd Torch TV, your spot for anime, comics, and gaming. Today we're going to be talking about Naruto versus Sasuke and what roles they actually played in the story. Now, whether or not the roles that they played were a result of bad story writing, but at the same time, a lot of people actually like the series, but, you know, I'll give y'all my take on it. So without further ado, let's hop right in. So first of all, before we get right into the video, I want to address the elephant in the room. Obviously, I haven't been here for a while, but I'm back now trying to keep these videos current and coming out for you guys, and going to be trying to pump them out more and more often. But the reality of the situation is my editing computer basically became a paperweight since I've been gone, and I've been kind of dealing with that. But hopefully, everything is back on track and ready to roll. So let's talk about Naruto. So if you are here watching this video, you are obviously a fan of Naruto, or you're obviously a fan of Sasuke, or you're obviously a fan of both. But so the reason why we're here in this video is that I want to talk about both these characters and what roles they actually play in the story. So I want to kind of use, for example, I want to use RPG concepts and how those things may tie into the story. So in the RPG game, if you're not really familiar, it's a role-playing game. You have your tank character, your thief character, your support character, which is usually your healer, and you have your archer, which is your range person. You have these different type of classes that you can pick whenever you're starting out your game. So what's really interesting about this is that a lot of characters actually fit the descriptions of these classes. Now, if we want to talk about Naruto and Sasuke, we can even sprinkle in a little bit of Sakura in there and see how they all play these roles. If you look at Naruto first, we look at Naruto, he has an immense amount of chakra, he is really physically strong. The Nine-Tailed Fox gives him that Nine-Tailed Fox cloak, which actually increases his durability, speed, stamina, strength, and those type of things. Basically, he gets huge stat boosts. What's really crazy is the fact that he already has super high stats with the amount of chakra he has. He has super amount of stats with the amount of chakra the Nine-Tailed Fox adds to him. And then on top of that, we throw in the blessing from the Sage of Six Paths, and then even further on, we throw in the Hashirama cells. So we basically piling on the powers that this guy can use. And on top of all of that, he even has the Sage mode, that he can actually combine the Sage mode with the Nine-Tailed Chakra, combined with his own physical ability. So this dude is pretty loaded down with stat boosts, which is pretty crazy. Maybe, he was trying to keep up with Akira Toriyama and Dragon Ball Z. I'm not saying anything. But for the fact of the matter is, Naruto is physically on like another level. Physically, I don't think not too many people in the Naruto universe can even stand toe-to-toe with him, just physically alone. So looking at this will obviously make him a tank character. If you're familiar with RPG games, tank characters are the characters that usually, let's say if we're in a boss battle, if I'm the tank character, I'm usually the tank character is usually the guy who's heavily armored. He has a shield and sword, or a shield and some type of weapon. Usually he comes with the shield so that he can take in a lot of damage, which is why he's called a tank. Tank characters tank a lot of damage. So they're on the front lines of the boss battle, tanking a lot of damage, while the healers are healing them if they need it, and the support characters are attacking in the boss battle from other angles. So, which means this character usually will stay on the front lines. But if we look at the way Naruto's battle strategy actually functions, we notice a lot of times Naruto is heavily dependent on his teammates to actually cover his back, and he's a very good team player, which is actually surprising considering he grew up on his own as an orphan, which kind of doesn't make sense in his character, but that's just a result of how he was written. But if we look at his entire stats and physically what he's able to do, Naruto is totally a tank character, which doesn't make too much sense of why he is such a team player. He should be on the front lines, tanking damage and doing damage to whatever boss that the team is up against at the time. So it kind of doesn't make sense that he's actually functioning very well in a team in a team aspect. So moving on to how Sakura functions. Sakura is actually obviously she's the healer. She's a support character. In the way that healing actually works in the Naruto universe, it doesn't actually work the same way as in video games and RPGs. Usually your healer can stand back from a distance and heal and shoot and bing, 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 sprinkle all the healing dust that makes the characters feel better after they get hurt. But, you know, she has actually effectively played her role. Now, granted, she does have physical abilities that kind of move towards a warrior type, which would be your type that can do a lot of damage, but not necessarily can take a lot of damage. That's kind of like where she fits in. But at the same time, we're moving on. We're not talking about her too much. We're talking about Naruto and Sasuke. So moving on to Sasuke. Sasuke is actually built to be primarily a support character. If you look at the way his techniques are kind of laid out, you know, he specializes in the Chidori. He's a very tactical type fighter. He's very good at, I wouldn't necessarily call him a support. He will most likely be the thief type characters that are in the RPGs. The thief type characters are the ones that are sneaky. They're very tactical. A lot of times they can take command of the team from a distance and kind of relay different types of battle strategies to the teammates so they can kind of move and do different things like that. But they should not be on the front lines. And this is my issue with the entire Naruto story. Naruto is functioning, and he is built to be a tank, but he actually functions more so as a warrior type, or a type of character that relies heavily on the team, which should actually be more of Sasuke's role. Sasuke should actually rely more heavily on the team than he actually tries to do, which actually I feel like the story kind of suffers for, to be honest with you. It kind of puts Sasuke in a more difficult situation than it does for Naruto. So if we look at the way Naruto's built, he's built as a tank. So meaning he doesn't really need a lot of help. However, he relies heavily on help. So the fact that he doesn't need help, and he relies heavily on help, that's another basic stat boost on top of everything in which he is. Which, you know, he doesn't need it to begin with, so it's like, why does he have it? You know what I'm saying? So think about it like that. However, if you look at Sasuke on the other hand, if you look at a lot of the battles that Sasuke actually taken on in the Shippuden series after he left the Hidden Leaf Village and left Team 7, you look at the way he functions. For some reason, Sasuke starts, I guess, getting a little bit power drunk. He starts thinking that he's the man, he's dope, he's awesome. He starts feeling himself a little bit too much, if you ask me. And that's kind of what he starts to suffer. If you look at the battle between Sasuke and Killer Bee, he is in way over his head. His Sharingan is actually designed to slow things down and different movements, basically so he can actually keep track of a lot of things a lot better than someone with normal eyes. However, he actually has trouble keeping up with the swords that Killer Bee is juggling and attacking him with. He should not be on the front lines, period. However, this is where he is. And if we see how this actually works out for him, it does not work out for him at all. And he gets messed up repeatedly, over and over again. Now granted, like I said before, Sasuke should be heavily reliant on his teammates in order to be successful in his combat missions, which he is, because after he gets screwed up, his teammates, you know, Jugo actually had the ability to heal up his chest when Killer Bee busted a hole in it. And then also Karen actually has the ability to heal him when he bit her. So, you know, that helped a bit. So he's reliant on his teammates after he screws up. But the fact of the matter is, he should not have been in those situations in the first place. Naruto's Rasengan, his primary special move, is an explosive move. It's a move that's super devastating. When it lands, it creates this big explosion. It's damaging. That is a tank type feature. Sasuke's primary move is Chidori. It's an assassination move. He swoops in super quick and gets the kill. No explosion, centralized focus damage. He should not be a tank character. And I feel like the fact that Kishimoto Oops, I dropped my remote. But I feel like the fact that Kishimoto actually wrote these characters this way kind of added a bit more, I guess, depth to the character development, considering that these characters developed in a way that isn't normal. But at the same time, I felt like Sasuke got the crappy end of the stick for it, because we constantly see him get screwed over repeatedly. Now granted, there are dope times that Sasuke had when he fought people like Deodara, he fought Itachi, he fought even when he went head to head with Kakashi briefly, and he went up against Danzo. Those were some really epic moments. But at the same time, they could have been better if he was more so coordinating his team better. If he more so put people where they need to be instead of trying to play a role that wasn't designed for him. But like I said before, it kind of made some interesting battles, but at the same time we see Sasuke take damage that he really had no business taking in the first place. But anyway guys, that's my take on it. I actually still enjoyed the Naruto story. But this could be a flaw, or this just could be a creative decision that Kishimoto made when he wrote the story. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to be trying to be a bit more consistent. I'm going to be filming a lot more lately, and we're going to be popping these videos back up once again. Thanks you guys. Once again, it's your boy Nitro Hot Fire here. Make sure you go to nerdtorch.com for awesome gear. Nerd shirts are gone for now, but however, we just released Just Be Dope brand. Make sure you guys go check that out. It's your boy Nitro Hot Fire. I'm out once again. Peace.